The Lost City. So let's go with The Lost City. Sharon, tell us about this. Okay, headlines: Sandra Bullock, Channing Tatum, Romancing the Stone, Jungle, Daniel Radcliffe being an idiot. Let's go.
I was going to say the film it reminded me most of was *Romancing the Stone*. So I'm glad it wasn't just me who picked that one up.
Oh
Basically,
no, that from the trailer, you look at that and you go, yeah, that's what they're trying to do.
yeah, the trailer's all it's been all over the place. Unlike the other two films I've seen, I never saw the trailer for Northman at the cinema, and I've only saw one trailer for the other film out in the cinema, Operation Mincemeat. But this one was all over the place. So
Yeah,
obviously, bigger
yeah.
budget, bigger marketing budget. Anyway, yeah. So Lost City is a romantic novelist. Sandra Bullock is on her like 25th novel with the same sort of hero and heroine, where they go on these adventures. And the cover art is always, they're like these saucy adventures where all the sort of discovering lost treasures is interspersed with, quite erotic writing of a certain type, what we say.
It looks a bit Mills and Boone.
It's a bit of the Mills and Boone historicals, but ramped up to 10. And sort of, in the 90s, I sort of read a couple of those, and I was like, this is a bit just too saucy for me. So it's just, yeah, they're of a type.
Shades of Mills and Boone?
Yes, I think Mills and Boone, yeah, is more. Well, yes, they are. Well, they did go through a phase of being extremely erotic, and
Yeah, yeah.
they've really toned down a bit more recent years. But yeah, it's of that ilk of the bodice ripper, the adventurous bodice ripper, where they don't just sort of like man boy meets girl and then they fall in love. This is like you go and discover a lost kingdom of the Incas or something, and so basically. Yeah, she's in a bit of a lull. She's in her personal life. She's on a bit of a lull. She's been widowed, and her husband was basically her inspiration. He was her hero. He was a real archaeologist. He was a real, genius for investigating this particular civilization, and he was her inspiration. So when he died, she lost her sort of like oomph. So this latest novels have been a bit of a slog for her to produce, and she's been said, right, you need to go on this book tour to promote it. And Channing Tatum's character is her cover model. Like in the 80s, or some authors had the same cover model on all of their books. I was thinking of a writer called Joanna Lindsay. She always had Fabio on all of her books.
Oh yeah, him.
Blonde guy, and he was always in a certain way with his open shirt blowing in. Everything was like blowing in the wind.
Fabio, I remember that. He was
inspired by this. He's like wearing this white ruffly shirt with a long blonde wig, and inhabits this character because it's like, as the way he says it, these books give such joy to the women who read these books. Who are we to take that away from them by diminishing it or by making fun of it? So yes, I do take it seriously, and I do because they do, and it's there. Why would I want to take anything away from the people who buy these books and read these books? So he starts off with this just being a little bit of a bimbo. He's like a dumb blonde. He is like the dumb blonde, the bird.
Yep.
She's the intelligent go-getter one, and because in her books she does put real history in there and she puts real archaeology in there. Daniel Radcliffe's character goes, actually, you could discover the real jewelry, the real treasure in this ancient kingdom. And so he kidnaps her, takes her to this island where this kingdom was based, and mayhem ensues, as you've seen. Things happen that you think. Brad Pitt comes into it, sort of blows everyone off the screen, in the only way that he can, by sort of being Brad Pitt turned up to 11.
Yep.
The long hair, and a few times he sort of goes like that with his hair, and he's completely mocking himself. So it's a one of those ripping yarns type adventures where improbable things happen to improbable people, and there's a few visual jokes throughout it. She's been told that she has to really sell her book and she's got to present this character, and they put her in like this sequined sort of like jumpsuit effectively. And so she's sort of hiking through the jungle, climbing up cliffs in high heels and this sort of sequined jumpsuit. And so it becomes a bit of like I'm not sure it would hold up to all of that. So yeah, there's a few visual gags, and the fact that he is the damsel in nearly all the scenarios, and she is one who rescues him. So there's that little bit of role reversal. But yes, it's a ripping yarn. It's fun. We had some laugh. I went with a friend. We had some laugh out loud moments in it. There's a few bits where we looked at each other and went, "That wasn't going to happen."
Yeah.
Yeah, so there was enough in it to be entertaining. I don't think it was ever going to be any more than a 3, to be honest with you. But it was a good 3. It was entertaining. It did what it said on the tin. It did what it did well. I mean, it was never going to be anything more than just a ripping yarn and a bit of fun. And that's exactly what it was. So, yeah, I would say, yeah, enjoyable, fun, funny, daft. Lots to like, but yeah, it's a solid 3.